If you're an agency owner or freelancer and you're not getting any customers because nobody is responding to you on your outreach, I'm going to show you how to fix that on this video, okay? I run a multi-million-dollar agency here in Dallas, Texas, and I actually train agency owners just like yourself on how to actually do a legit, good outreach. Okay, so next few minutes is going to change your life forever because I'm going to show you something that's going to work every single time. Okay, so now for most of you guys, the outreach does not work. Okay, it doesn't work because a couple of things. Okay, number one is you're sending out these random leads. Okay, you're sending out you're not even prospecting, or you're just like throwing darts and like in blind and hoping something sticks. Okay, so number one is skip it with the random leads. Okay, I would actually spend time on making sure that my leads are good. Okay, that's number one. Okay, number two is skip it with those generic emails. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay, you're like, hey, I hope this email finds you well. Who cares? Okay, you're like, so I get those emails all day long. Okay, it's like someone wrote an essay. Okay, nobody wants to read that. Okay, keep in mind. Okay, number one rule of copywriting or any good email is people scan first and then they read. Okay, so you should have quick introduction. Okay, the purpose for email, and then call to action. That's it. That's it. Okay, and then you might also want to add a little bit of proof, but it has to be couple liners. So the entire email cannot be more than, I don't know, 7 sentences. That's the upper limit. Okay, it has to be short as possible. Okay, and if you're sending out a DM, make sure, okay, your DM is like 1 sentence. Okay, try not to give up everything. Okay, the point of the first email is to actually get a response back. So for example, if we're reaching out to someone on LinkedIn, just saying, hey Bob, okay, the chances of that getting your response is higher than sending out this long paragraph. Okay, that's not gonna work. So no random leads anymore, no more generic emails, no more mass DMs. Okay, it's only gonna get your account flagged, so none of your DMs actually reach to the person that you want to reach out to. So instead, say, hey Bob, hey Bill, just send out quick message, intrigue them. Okay, what you might want to do is make sure your Instagram portfolio or your profile or your LinkedIn profile has information, has things. Okay, so when I see that, I click on it. Oh, maybe they want to buy some, maybe they have a question. Okay, I respond back. Does that make sense? Okay, now last but not least, okay, so one and done. Okay, a lot of you guys think that, hey, outreach is just one and done process. Okay, you send out a DM, you send out an email, you're done. Okay, that's not how it works. Okay, trust me. Okay, I've been doing it for what? I've been doing it for almost 15 years. Okay, yeah. I've been doing it since I was like 15, 16. I'm almost 30 something. Okay, anyways, this is not, we're not gonna discuss my age here, but however, okay, so how does it work? So I'm going to show you what actually works. Okay, so a couple things. Okay, now first of all, okay, your outreach. Okay, whenever you do an outreach, see if you can provide some sort of value. Okay, what I like to do is I like to send out my prospects some sort of audits. I'm like, hey Bob, I would love to do an audit on X, Y, and Z. That's something that I would do. Okay, or what I would do is, if it's super easy, I can record it with my Loom, my screen recording. I'll record a 5-minute video. Okay, but that does not mean that you should be sending out like like completed work. A lot of you guys, I don't know who taught this on social media, some social media guru who hasn't done any work related to this. They're like, oh, send out 5 done reels, send out 5 articles, send out 5. I'm like, that's nonsense. Do not do all those work for free. That's nonsense. Like, I'm telling that to you right now. Okay, do not do that. Do not work for free. Don't do that. You're gonna find people who are gonna pay you a higher fee, respect you and keep you and love you, but you have to go through the process, right? So reach out. Okay, and when you reach out, make sure it's value driven. So that means providing some sort of guides. Okay, or maybe like some sort of tools. Okay, I like to do audits. Okay, I like to do audits on their sales process system or their systems, their SOPs and things like that. Those work really well. Okay, the second thing that you need to do is multi-channel approach. Okay, multi-channel approach pretty much means that you cannot be sending out a DM on Instagram and pretend everything is done. Okay, don't do that. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to reach out to people in multiple channels. Okay, for example, you might want to send a connection request on LinkedIn. Okay, you might want to follow them on Instagram. Okay, and also send an email. Okay, and also maybe make a phone call. Okay, phone calls work all the time. Okay, when I'm making up my phone call, it's not a cold call anymore because I have reached out to them through email, Instagram, and also LinkedIn. So when I make my phone calls, I'm gonna be like, hey Bob, okay, I reached out to you on LinkedIn. Hey, guess what? It's not cold email, cold call anymore, okay? It's an actual warm call. Does that make sense? So try that. So multi-channel, okay? Now, number 3 is video outreach. Now this is pretty good, okay? So this goes hand in hand with the Loom thing I told you about, okay? You could record a quick 2-minute loop. Don't make it super long, okay? So video outreach do work because they get to see your face, okay? And people love working with people. Imagine, getting a DM from this random guy and they're like, oh, give me all your money. I'll do some work for you, okay? Everybody else is doing it, okay? So video outreach are pretty cool, to be honest, okay? So what you might want to try is maybe record a selfie kind of video, or maybe on that Loom video, introduce yourself and tell them what you do and how you have helped people, okay? So that shows confidence, okay? Number 1. Number 2 is that shows them, hey, who are they working with, okay? So every single time I send a video outreach, I get a response because they see my face, okay? Aw, he looks like a good guy. I do look like a good guy. And he can help me, right? So send it out, okay? You want people to feel that energy, that personality through that video, which cannot be done if it's, if you're just sending out an email or DM, okay? You cannot convey that, okay? If you just looked at my emails are pretty good, okay? You wouldn't know my personality. You wouldn't know that, hey, how am I? But the bottom line is that people like to work with people that they can get along with. It's not necessarily the best. Think about that for a second, okay? You don't have to be the best to make the most money. You just have to be likable. You have to have personality. You should have shades, okay? So not that kind of shades. I'm talking about shades of tone, personality, charisma. That will make you more money than anything else out there, okay? So video outreach works. Okay, now social selling. So pretty much what that means is that, for example, let's say, you follow your prospect on LinkedIn, right? So what you might want to do is pretty much just, maybe comment on their post and offer an insight, okay? You do that couple times and you reach out to them. Guess what? You're going to get a response back. For sure, okay? So I want to end this video with one thought, okay? So I'm not a big fan of Gary Vee. To be honest, I'm not, okay? I outgrew him when I was a teenager, okay? But he does something right. He said something that sticks to my mind all the time. Something about jab, 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 hook. Something about give, 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 and then take, okay? So in some sense, it does work. It does work. So I agree with him on that. So try it out and let me know what you think. And on the comments, let me know what have you tried that has worked for you so everybody else here can benefit as well. Cheers.